So while I was off camera, I spent about 5 minutes and I followed 1,000 people on Twitter. You can tell that I did that because it says how many people I've left to follow today, and it has 0. So I can't do anything else until 23 hours have passed, which is fine because it's just the rules, and you don't want to have Twitter suspend your account. That's the last thing you want to do. So here's some other things that you want to keep in mind using this to build your brand and to build your business and to build your online presence. So if you go over here to automate, it will tell you when do you want to get notifications about like your weekly stats and everything. It will email me it's going to email me weekly. If you want, you can do a welcome direct message where you can automatically send a welcome message to people who follow you. That's something I kind of do, but I do a little bit differently. So there's a welcome tweet you can do to send a tweet to every single person that follows you. And then this is also the default page of where when you first go into followers.com, what do you first want to see? So I want to see my followers. But you can change that to whatever you want. But I don't use these because I feel like it's a bit much to send a welcome message to every single person like this or to send a tweet. What I do instead is I go down to rules, and I made these 2 different rules for 2 different actions because I know a lot of people who use Twitter and kind of just overdo it, and they just send too many things to too many people, and it kind of just feels kind of spammy, and I try my best to not kind of lose people's respect, and I don't want them to kind of just see me who's of somebody else who's just constantly trying to sell them stuff. So what I do is I have 1 rule for follow and 1 rule for mentions. So for follows, here is my rule. So it says event. Choose an event on which you want to activate this rule. So either when somebody follows you, when somebody mentions you, or when somebody adds you to a Twitter list. So for me, I chose follows me. The next step are the conditions. So if you want certain conditions, like you want only certain things to certain accounts to get this kind of treatment, then it's up to you. I left it all the same, so everyone gets the same criteria. Everyone gets the same conditions. Lastly, actions. So here's what's actually going to happen when somebody does follow you. So for me, I'm going to send a direct message for when somebody follows me, and I don't say like buy this or check out this one-time only coupon or something. I just say thanks for following. I say I'm also on Instagram and on YouTube. So the idea is that I'm trying to build a relationship with as many people as I can, and I don't want to just like force something in front of their face as soon as they contact me. I want them to kind of build a relationship with me. So the idea is that once they first follow me, I get I give a little message to them that says thank you for following me, and if they want to know more about me or stay connected, I give them other options. I like giving them other options. 1, because you don't really want to just have all your stock into one social media medium like Twitter. And 2, I feel like it starts to build more connections because maybe they won't see something on Twitter, but they see it on Instagram that I did. Okay, and then you can also show the max number of messages in an instance. So, how many maximum will be in one instance. So I put 10. And then you have other options over here, which I don't use. Like you can mention them in the tweet. Like I said, I don't like to overdo the tweets too much. Add to a list, and you can tag them if you want. So I click apply this rule, and then that's what happens. My other rule, if it works. My other rule that I use is for mentions. So I didn't want to just tweet to every single person that mentions me. That follows me. But if they mention me, if they take the time to actually mention something, I like to have something to kind of just show that I appreciate the fact that they mentioned me. So that's what I do with this rule. So over here where it says event, I chose mentions. conditions, I leave all just the same, so everyone gets the same message no matter what their profile is like. And then actions. What I do is when they mention me, I mention them in a tweet. And I say, shout out to, and then you put this right here, users. It shows you exactly what to put down here. So you put that code right there, and then I say, thanks for the mention. Hashtag shout out. That's all I say. I don't say, thanks for the mention, buy this thing. I don't say, check me out on this course. Here's the 10% coupon. I don't want to sound very spammy and just kind of just generic. So I want to just have something just to show my appreciation. I know it's not the most detailed message, but it's just something where I feel like it will help me build more connections. And it has worked. Some people have favorited those shout-outs. Some people have retweeted those shout-outs. So it's another way to kind of just automate the process of building connections, which is really, really useful and saves you a lot of time and effort. So I applied that rule, and that's the basics for using unfollowers with Twitter.